All right, and we're live. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Ben, Derek, how are you?
Pretty great,
Doing
Michael.
just fine, thank you.
Amazing. Thank you guys for coming on the Ranking Stream. Appreciate both of your time, and thank you so much. And just for the viewers out there across the different streaming platforms, we're on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Twitch. Hello, everyone, and happy Tuesday. Today we have a very special guest on the Ranking Stream. Today we have Derek Sturman and Ben Heckler of Juice.ai. Another great tool in the AI space. We're super excited to dig in and explore what the tool is, how it operates, who it's for, and just get a little preview of what you guys have been working on. We're super excited here. Real
Sure.
quick, where are you guys calling in from?
Just outside of Portland, Oregon.
Okay, so both of you guys are in that region.
Yep.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Well, I'm calling in from based in Austin, Texas. We have our kind of fair share of AI tools built in the city, so I'm super excited to hear what you guys are doing. So, just real quick, let's just jump into it. What is? Can you give us a little bit of background of what is Juice AI and how you guys kind of started out the company?
Yeah.
Sure.
So taking it back a few years ago, Ben and I are serial entrepreneurs. No big companies or anything super massive, but I operated an internet business that generated some revenue. I was able to quit my job. I showed Ben some of the tips and tricks that I learned about how do you build a website, how do you bring people to that website, and then how do you monetize that website with either valuable products or consultancies that you can run yourself, etc. Ben took to it quickly, and we thought to ourselves, and this is probably about 2019. We said, "Hey, wow, I think GPT-2 had just come out." And we thought to ourselves, like, "Oh, wow, wouldn't it be cool if we could use not just AI because it wasn't super advanced then, but automation and one day maybe AI, large language models, to really just automate a lot of the marketing processes that we had to do in building our internet businesses." Sorry, I just got a call there. Let me throw it on do not disturb. Of course, right as I start talking.
Yeah.
No
So
worries.
we built an agency basically at first, and then a platform for that agency. We started building our own websites. We helped others rank their websites, and then we started realizing that the methodologies we could use, we could just build them into a tool for everybody to use, really.
the
And
the impetus for Juice.ai is we had about 15 e-commerce clients that we were just basically a traditional marketing agency, a relatively small shop. We had 15 to 20 clients, and they were so, bless their hearts. Our clients, amazing people, brilliant, great stores, but they just didn't understand software or marketing or automation or any of that stuff. So we thought, wow, the barrier here is so high for your average business owner. I don't care if they're a local retail spot or if they're an e-commerce or digital native. It's still really hard to run all the marketing elements of your business yourself. So how about we make a machine that can do everything you need within reason? If you're a hyper specialized enterprise company, huge public company, you probably already have a very strong marketing department. But for the retail store with 5 employees, for the e-commerce solopreneur, we really wanted to develop a solution that was just dumb simple for them, so they can go from 0 to at least 30 or 40 miles per hour in terms of their marketing strategy very, very quickly. And that's what Juice.ai is. It's your CMO, your chief marketing officer, in a box that you can flip on, and he'll do what you need done, marketing your business digitally, so you can do anything else, whether that's playing video games or focusing in on the engineering of your product, which I
yeah.
hope would be the latter. But
And to be clear, we started with search, but as Derek mentioned, we're branching out. We're hoping to become the ultimate marketing in a box solution for small businesses. So although we do primarily have our bread and butter right now is content creation, keywords SEO. We also have we've got other features in the pipeline that are coming that are going to be just the ultimate. So for email, for social media, we've got a lot of features coming out soon that will make Juice kind of the ultimate marketing in a box solution.
We just released
Right.
an email feature. We call it Stargazer. It's a nice cutesy name, but it's real simple. What it does is we tap into your point of sales, or in the case of Shopify, just your customer and your purchase data, and we send periodically, based on an algorithm we developed, personalized reminders to your customers, basically incentivizing them to leave reviews on a review platform of your choice. I don't care if it's Yelp or Trustpilot or any of those sites.
Google reviews.
It's all automated, and we're seeing for the customers that we've turned on that feature for, they get reviews about twice as quickly, sometimes even like 3 times as quickly. So it's like a 2 to 3x increase in the rate of reviews, which is great because it means higher scores more quickly and more robust.
More authority to your website, yeah.
Exactly. That's an email feature.
Super fascinating, guys. So just kind of walk me through the evolution. First, you said it started off as more of a SEO focus. Now that you're kind of branching out to email and some other marketing channels as well. From an SEO perspective and its core, I know we have a lot of SEO kind of listeners as well. What are things that Juice.ai does really well from an SEO perspective? I think you mentioned content a little bit. Can you give us a little bit of breakdown there?
Yes. So if you at all prioritize search engine optimization and blog content and articles that you want to see clicks being driven to, you could use Juice.ai as not necessarily your main tool if you're very advanced, but it can certainly be a supplemental tool that can enhance to some degree whatever existing strategy you're running for your on-site content. And the reason it's powerful is because the motto of Juice.ai is that it's very, very simple. You can go ahead and get your hands dirty with researching keywords, kind of like what you would do with SEMrush. You can get your hands dirty with generating content and piecing together different sections of articles like you would with, I don't even know what those tools are these days. We don't use them. Like what would be Copy AI or Jasper or ChatGPT you could even use, right?
Right.
But with Juice.ai, a key benefit and the reason you would use Juice and you would add it to your arsenal is because you can basically turn on what we call Autopilot. And with a little bit of onboarding, a tiny bit of setup, we're talking like 15, 30 minutes, Juice.ai, the machine, will research keywords that are relevant to your website. It will select high value, low competition keywords from the keywords that it finds. It will generate content that's media rich, complete with all the HTML tags, all the sections, images. It'll pull relevant YouTube videos. It'll have a title, meta description, everything that you would put into your capstone content, Juice.ai will do automatically. And it takes 15 minutes of onboarding. You turn it on and it goes one article every day like clockwork. So even if you have a strategy, say, hey, I can set aside time and effort. I have my tools that I use to do, let's say, 3 articles a week. Can you really put the time and effort making sure, as you should, they're excellent quality? That's great. With Juice.ai, you can now increase your content output even more, it gives you an opportunity to get more ranking pages more quickly that you can then work your magic on. It's basically like a virtual assistant that tees up a whole new set of articles for your website.
Super fascinating. And you mentioned this kind of you guys started out with like a e-commerce clients. If a person's in another vertical, how does the tool kind of measure out if it's a, say like local business? Is it specifically for e-commerce or has it expanded out to different verticals, or how does that actually work?
The best way to know exactly how you benefit from using Juice.ai is to ask yourself a very simple question. How do I monetize my web traffic? To your point, Michael, if a local small business, maybe they're very local, they're very regional in who they serve. Like you have to be walking in their store to buy their products or do whatever it is that they do and provide for you. Those types of businesses can still monetize their web traffic. Maybe they book appointments directly from their website. We know like a local martial arts gym that we're working with in the Portland area. They are really focused on booking appointments on their website to drive the foot traffic in through inbound. that's an example of a business, and there's a lot of them out there who at least they have an idea of how they monetize their traffic and drive conversions through it. So whether it's national or regional or hyper local, Juice.ai can bring in the right types of traffic to your website, but it is up to you to convert that traffic into something meaningful, because the content can bring folks in, but it's up to you to know how to leverage it for something valuable to your business.
Yeah. Content marketing in itself is just really applicable to most businesses. Anybody with a website can benefit from content marketing. And as we know, content is king. We know that content drives visitors, highly targeted visitors to your website. And you can take advantage of that however you take advantage of that. So whether you're e-commerce, whether you're a local martial arts gym, whether you're, but any sort of local SEO can benefit from this as well.
What's your take on that, Michael?
Yeah, no, I think this is kind of naturally where things are kind of progressing with the explosion of AI tools. I think there's a lot that machine learning, like there's a lot that taking content from a website that like ChatGPT could basically learn, summarize, and provide snippets of information to users as they're visiting like a particular website or as they're visiting different sources to show snippets or pieces of your brand to different users based on their buyer's journey. I think that's one of the benefits and things that are super exciting just about, ChatGPT and AI just in general. And I think like it sounds like Juice.ai is starting to like, is already like treading in those waters to build customized like messaging for these specific brands in terms of like the content production. I'm also super fascinated to see where else, like you said, like email and social, these products like yours could really start to take form and take a brand from just static, from just a website to parse it out into different areas based on engagement from a user's perspective. So I'm super fascinated in the space, and that's what really brought my attention to Juice.ai. So it sounds like there's a lot of exciting things going on there.
Yeah, a feature that we have in the pipeline that actually, now that you mentioned, reminds me, it's extremely relevant to those local businesses that are not necessarily e-commerce. They're not fulfilling orders all over the country or all over the world. They just need people from, a 10-mile radius of where they're located. Like you said, we call it the call to action feature. It's not a very good name for the feature, but we can implement calls to action that are unique to your business in the content automatically. During the onboarding setup, we get that information from you. And we also make sure to have the content reflect your brand. So those two things, the call to action and then branded details within the content. If you're a local business and, for example, let's use the booking appointments conversion method.
Sure.
Being able to drive within the content, being able to suggest a call to action. Hey, by the way, if you like this article, if you want to learn more, if you're looking for the solution that you're probably looking for since you came to my website, go ahead and book an appointment. Maybe we can help you out. Being able to nail that call to action specific to that business, that was a big thing that we wanted to do because it did unlock a lot of opportunities to help the local guys in addition to the more widely focused guys like e-commerce, for example.
Absolutely. So that brings up a question. Just on the like business operations side, or just on the growth side, really. How did you guys go from internal tool that you guys built for your agency for your customers, then to like start to commercialize it a bit and then expand, or let's just say find a broader product market fit if it wasn't completely e-commerce clients? How did you guys start to like grow the product and start to get buy-in around AI, especially with the amount of tools that are out there? And I guess like some of the hesitation that some people may have to AI tools and that they're new and they just don't know enough about these tools to actually try them out.
Yeah, so it took us a while. We were a little slow on the draw when it came to turning the internal version of Juice.ai and converting that into a usable product with the user interface and everything. I think the main impetus for us was that we were just fed up with all the other tools. Not that there's not good tools for doing your content marketing out there. There's tons of really, really good SEO, search engine marketing, search engine optimization tools out there. But we have a very specific way that we like to do what we do. That's why our clients hired us, is because we had a very specific way of operating and handling our SEO practices that seemed to benefit them. So obviously no other tool that wasn't our internal tool, no other tool was going to do that exact formula perfectly in the way that we wanted to see fit with as much automation as we wanted in software. So we decided, hey, look, if we get so much benefit out of this, it's probable that other people will get a lot of benefit out of it too. So that was the driving force to say, look, let's take the time and ditch our pretty crappy admin interface and build what is not the best, admittedly, user interface right now, but at least it allows you, the user, to onboard and get started with Juice.ai. So I guess frustration. Why does anyone build anything? Probably because they want to see it built, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And in that, like solving the problem with obviously other tools, talking about other tools and comparing yours to theirs, how does the content production and quality kind of stand up against some of the other AI tools out there? I mean, we've seen a huge, just increase in these tools out in the market. Can you walk us through just kind of how Juice.ai, obviously comes up with the topics, writes the information, and actually kind of has like quality at the forefront, or is that the human job is to clean kind of that up at the end and kind of help all these things kind of merge together to create good content?
Well, we should always say the disclaimer that seems to be common within the AI space now, which is AI might screw up. You should always be aware of what it outputs. Even if you don't do anything to it, just be aware that it may say something outrageous or just not true. So you're responsible for the content you publish.
I think we have a unique way of our platform operates uniquely in that we start with the long tail keywords, the really ultra low competition and high value long tail keywords. That's almost like the starting place. The content kind of comes later. We have a content generator that it's actually really cool. We can even maybe screen share a little bit, but it inputs all the SEO things that you'd like to see: high quality images, meta descriptions, meta tags, headings, different types of headers, all automatically. You can even regenerate sections within the article, et cetera, et cetera. So you have customization.
You won't want to regenerate.
Exactly. You also have the option to just completely have it autopilot and automate the content while you're not even at your desk. But like I said, I think a really unique selling proposition for Juice.ai is our long tail keywords that we offer. We start really by having you base the content around low competition keywords so that you're able to actually rank for the content you produce. A lot of these tools like Jasper and stuff like that, it's like they just expect you to figure it out yourself.
You gotta go buy SEMrush for $150 a month, and it's like, I'm a newbie. What the hell am I supposed to do with SEMrush? I don't know what any of these stats are. It's crazy. You asked the question. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, so we provide you with basically a formula, a marketing runway that you can just execute for your website, and it's a little bit more unique, I think, than these other tools, which frankly have maybe too many options.
If I have to spend any time using your software, this is our take, and this is what we built. Obviously, you can get really advanced with the other players and what they offer, but if I have to spend any time using it, that actually costs me money. So it's like I have to factor that into the price I'm paying you already for the SaaS. If I got to spend a lot of time on it, I'm actually potentially losing money. If I could use a more streamlined version of that tool. So Michael, you asked about the research, the quality. Real simple, to drill down on what Ben said. We actually don't. Juice tells us, and by transitive property, it tells you, the customer, what to write about. A lot of people spend a little bit too much time thinking about what should I write about, what do people want to see. Let me write some stuff and see who comes to it. And that's not what Juice.ai is all about. We let the keyword explorer do the research. We find, what are people asking search engines? What questions are they asking social media? What questions are they asking forums? Those are the questions that you answer, because people are already asking them. If you take the time to make content for questions someone's asking, newsflash, no one's going to click your article. You're not going to get any traffic. You're going to be frustrated and throw your computer out a window or worse. So we're of the opinion we let the data tell us what to write about. We don't decide what to write about ourselves, which is scary because machines are getting better and better at things that humans used to be able to do, right? In terms of the quality, to be real clear, where we have access to GPT-4, the private beta, we're using GPT 3.5 Turbo right now, which is ChatGPT, like what people think of when they think ChatGPT. GPT-4 is, it's in the pipeline. It seems to be working just fine. There's some speed issues that, anyone using GPT-4 will tell you, but we're going to introduce that to everybody really, really soon here, probably like within maybe even less than a week. So truth be told, the quality of the content really, really high with both GPT 3.5 and GPT-4. It's just because the models are getting really, really powerful.
Yeah. And we're open to even changing those models. We've used a combination of AI models in the past to open source models and stuff like that, just to to really try out all these different options, see what kind of produces the best content. But yeah, we'll of course we always have our ear to the ground and are looking for the best way to output content for sure.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. Super fascinating here. I definitely want to try this out as well, just because I've been a little honestly reluctant when it comes to some AI generating AI tools for content, and a lot of which a lot of use some of the things you already addressed and why in terms of just overall quality and research. But I really dig the fact that you're using data, you're using keywords that folks are that need to be expanded upon. So a user starts with a keyword, and it sounds like the tool will go ahead and find other variations or other relevant terms based on that one term that a user actually inserts, because they don't need to rank for every single keyword out there. They need to rank what's specifically relevant to their actual business,
to their niche. Yeah,
to their niche. Exactly. Guys, I have a quick question from Joe in the chat. And it's around a lifetime deals or what have you. I guess there was some questions about a lifetime deal in one of the communities, and I guess it was what are the lessons kind of learned by offering lifetime deals in certain communities? I know I've certainly offered one, and it's kind of a hit or miss, right? Because you want to offer of good value to a users, but you're also innovating. You're also adding a lot of features to a product, so it's always delicate, right, to offer lifetime deals versus not. And I just want to get your take on that, for how you guys approach that.
Yeah, look, to be clear, we love all of our LTD customers. There's a lot of you guys, and we had no idea what to expect with those folks. They're very passionate, they're very smart, they do their research. We wanted to have the LTD be our thing. We realized, however, man, the tech moves so fast, our vendors' prices can change on a dime. And when they do, it's those prices that, we sold an LTD with certain economics, so I'm hey, we got you covered for a decade. And all of a sudden it's maybe we actually are hemorrhaging money on some particular LTD plan that we sold to some folks. And that was probably our fault. We should have realized ahead of time, the tech just moves so fast. You can't know ahead of time the price per token, and that just means the price per output from these AI engines. In terms of LTDs, we don't have plans to do them anytime soon. So if you got one, be proud, because you've got a very, very rare Pokemon card of a Juice.ai plan. That's a holograph right there.
And yeah, for the LTD people, we've offered them, beta testing and stuff like that. So they've been very useful for us to figure out, kind of what features have worked, what features maybe need to be improved, et cetera, et cetera. And so they've been good customers in that sense as well.
They help us squash a lot of bugs.
Yes.
Which we did not see until people started using it, which is very helpful.
Yeah, we're really thankful for all the support from that community that we've had.
Absolutely. Yeah, same here. We did a lifetime deal, and yeah, we certainly squashed a bunch of bugs, but it was just all at once, and it was just an entire thread of just feedback and bugs, and it was just super hard to keep up with. And I was driving at the time. Yeah, and I was just like on the road trying to squash a
man.
bunch of bugs with the dev team on the road. I just didn't expect I mean, this was a great thing. I didn't expect like the amount of feedback to come in that quick, especially with some of these Facebook groups who are great, especially the SaaS, Facebook groups. So it's amazing. I mean, you get a lot of good positive feedback, but to your point, Derek, it's like thinking about the operating expenses as you start to kind of get a surge of users, and a lot of these tokens and costs kind of increase, and it's kind of a good stress test, but at the same time could be a little overwhelming depending on the approach and size of group.
Our
It's definitely
vendor,
normal.
one of our vendors,
Yeah.
we don't use them anymore. They literally tripled the price of a key component that goes into like the Juice.ai
Oh, wow.
processes, and it was really overnight. It was like, oh, hey, thanks for doing that. And then another vendor 10x their
my
price
gosh.
of a component for API, and then they included a rate limit on the API. So it's like, oh wow, okay. It's you gotta be nimble when it comes to these products. They're not finished things that you're delivering to people. I mean, these are living, breathing apparatuses, machines that you gotta tinker with and being able to swap out one part for another. So just selling access to that machine in every configuration for one price, yeah, it's just like I said, you got a great deal if you got one, because we're probably not going to introduce these again. We think it's far more fair to our customers and to us to be able to innovate in accordance with changes in the market.
Absolutely. Well, hey guys, you said you had a quick screen you could show us of the tool, or just some screenshots from the tool. Can we tee it
Sure.
up so we can check
Yeah,
that
let's
out?
do that.
Let's do that. Amazing. All right, and we're just gonna tee up a preview of the Juice.ai just for those just watching. So, yep, we're all loaded up. It's good to go.
All right, cool. So
What are we looking at here?
so it's just a quick rundown. Our tool, it's very simple to use. You have a seed word over here. The first step is just to enter a seed, which is just like your niche. So it could be, hair removal, coffee beans, speakers, whatever you sell online, whatever your niche is. You input this, and you will get a bunch of long tail keywords, which you can see are classified by either standard, juicy, extra juicy, and super juicy. All of these ones with stars, these juicy ones, are great to be basing your content around. And so these are just queries that people are asking, and queries that you are able to rank for as low competition queries. So how to brew coffee beans at home, you can generate an article. You already have a first pass of the article. It's got, it's got headings. It's got a featured image. You can hook this up right to your WordPress. Just send it. It will send with the featured image, the meta description, all of the outline. You can add another section if you want. You can regenerate a section. You can generate more content. You can tee a bunch of these up and bulk generate them at will. You can even generate a custom article. So it's like there's a lot of options. And you can also, the coolest thing that we just introduced was this feature called Autopilot, which is, you see this little airplane next to them. You can tee up, for example, a bunch of, if you have a coffee website, you can do, coffee machines, coffee beans, drinking coffee, all these different seed words, we call them. And you can turn on Autopilot, and they will, every single day, an article from those seed words you'll see in your queue. Right here, it'll be a queue of all the articles, and there'll be and then every day an article will be published from the queue and move to the use section. And like I said, we have a WordPress integration, we have a Zapier integration, so you can integrate with Shopify for paying, because we also have a webhook integration. So we're able to set up some of our Pro Plan and Enterprise subscribers with integrations into their websites, such as like Wix and other integrations. So yeah, it's pretty exciting, pretty cool stuff. Like I said, you can sort your articles via, like, if you have multiple websites, you can sort them with folders. Like I said, you can integrate your websites, etc.
Juice.ai is designed to not be used, honestly. We're working on some really cool reporting features, so that way you can just in your dashboard or in your email get notifications about what it's doing, how it's helping your business, all passively. We're not fans of software where you got to really tinker and learn everything and read support documentation for 5 hours at a time. It's not what Juice.ai is about. It's really about you get set up, we turn on autopilot, it does the rest. And when it comes to our email features that we have released right now and what we're working on, that's the same thing. We onboard you, we flip the switch, you're off to the races. Everything we're optimizing for now is pure automation. You get the results that you want for your business. You get reports about how you're meeting those goals. Juice.ai handles everything else. That's our big differentiating factor. Everyone and their mom has got some sort of AI writing tool now, and that's great. We love the competition. But we've never liked to do writing, even with AI. We want results from what these tools and this technology can provide. We don't necessarily want to get our hands dirty ourselves. Ironically, we're getting our hands very dirty building the machine that allows our end customers the benefit of automation.
Super fascinating. Thanks, guys, for sharing this as well. This the screen is super helpful to actually see it in its its presence and to see how it actually kind of operates there.
Yeah. Any questions about this? How does this look to you?
No, yeah, it's super intuitive. As Derek mentioned, it's kind of like you're building it to not be used, and to be on autopilot, essentially, for a lot of these articles to be posted there. Yeah, what's been like the feedback? What type of results are you seeing for your customers? Saw like a few case studies on the website. Can you guys just like give just kind of some highlights of some of those case studies? Yeah.
And so this is pretty solid now. This is across it takes anywhere from 9 to 12, sometimes even 16 months for like a search strategy to really take hold. I mean, you probably know this, Michael, as an SEO guy, but in terms of the content generation tool with the Keyword Explorer, the result of that content and what it has on your website, let's call it the Juice.ai Autopilot results, are the following. About a 10x increase in organic traffic after 12 months, or within 12 months rather. And then from that traffic, you'll get about a 5 times revenue bump in terms of revenue being generated from organic traffic. So you're seeing a lot more organic traffic and significantly more sales from that organic traffic, or just from organic traffic in general. Keep in mind too, we're not working with websites that have already 500,000 visitors per month, and we're not scaling them to 5 million per month. We're taking websites that say, hey, maybe they have some paid ads, maybe they're driving by way of whether paid social or paid search, 5 to 6,000, 5 to 10,000, let's say, unique visitors. And so we're basically creating a whole new vertical where they sometimes as much as double their overall monthly traffic, because we're now introducing the all-important organic search vertical to their website. So again, you're getting about a 10x increase in organic traffic and about a 5x increase in revenue from that organic traffic. And that's within 12 months, a year.
Super solid. Yeah, I dig that. From a sidebar, Joe has a question. He said, you guys should create an image or AI image creator and call it Milk. Any interest in that?
We actually have been, we are dabbling in AI image creation for the articles. We know that Google likes unique images. We've also, I think you brought up this criticism a while ago that you encounter, which is, Google doesn't like AI content. And we've looked at the Google guidelines now, and they now have changed their tune on this. And it seems that they will allow AI content as long as the content is good, really. That's the only, they don't care about automation as long as, it doesn't look helpful to their users, as long as it doesn't look spammy. So Juice is committed to making, the most quality AI content, and then also helping you track this content so that you can later improve it and add your own spin on it, add your own brand. So yeah, it's nice to know that Google is not going to punish AI content as many feared in the SEO community.
We've been known it's going to happen, Michael. People in the future, if not now, they're actually going to prefer AI content. If they won't
In some
prefer the
cases, yeah.
content, they're going to at least be aware of it, and they're going to be just fine with it. I mean, we love the stuff like ChatGPT gives us in terms of if we need code snippets or anything else. I mean, people can coexist with this technology. There's no reason that they need to be scared of it. Likewise, Google, hey, if the content is good, if people want to see it, if it's helpful stuff, they're going to show it to people. And that's going to apply not just to Google, but any other place that AI content can live also.
Yeah, well said. Well said. I think, guys, we're close to time, and I know, we definitely talked about 35, so appreciate you guys, or 30. Thanks for going a little over. I appreciate your time.
No problem.
No worries, no worries.
A question I usually ask the guests right before we close out, and it usually comes before, like, where folks can find you, what have you, but like, what advice would you give to anyone who's thinking about going into the AI space when it comes to building tools, or even in the SaaS space in general, based on prior learnings with some of your startups that you had before, and what you've seen now with Juice.ai?
Speed is the number one most important thing. If you're thinking about building tools or building a website or building a store, anything you think you want to build, you got to stop thinking and you got to do it. Because even if you go to market with something that you think sucks, other people may think it's the best thing ever. And the only thing stopping you from putting out what could be perceived as an awesome thing is your ego. So speed is everything. I don't care if you're a big player or a small player. You got to stop talking about it. You got to do it.
Very good. Yep.
Ben, want to add to that? Yeah.
Speed, brand is. I think Derek said it well. I mean, speed is important. Brand is very important too, because you might have the same tool as somebody else, but if you just brand it differently, if you have a slightly different take on it, it's like you're a completely unique tool. So don't be worried about oh, well, this service is they already do it and they're this big, so I'm never going to be able to compete with them. People like niche products all the time, and we've used a lot of products that are not Amazon status products. They're very low, probably two or three person operated companies, and we like them. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid by that. And yeah, just like Derek said, just get out and start doing it, because that is, if you don't have anything, then no one's going to buy from you.
See, yeah, couldn't agree more. Well said from both perspectives. Separate yourself in branding, and speed, timing is everything.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys for coming. Hey, if people want to find you, where can they find you? What's the best place to contact you both?
Juice.ai. Juice.ai is the best place. You can contact us. We have, log in. We check our support channel as well. So
if you want to get in touch, send a message to just HEY at Juice.ai. If you have tips, tricks, suggestions, you want to berate us for some reason, you can do all of it. Just direct your message to hey at Juice.ai. Michael, thank you very much for having us on. We really appreciate it.
Michael, thank you.
I appreciate you both, guys. Thank you so much.
Yep, awesome.
And thank you everyone for watching. Appreciate you. Ben, Derek, thank you so much. And we'll chat soon. I want to follow you guys.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.